Well, seems we're live, everybody. Hi, welcome back to the CWC 2023 stream. We're here with 2 streams this time around, so you can also hop into Ooster Live 2 to view another match, which is Germany versus Vietnam. But over here, we're going to have the more interesting match, which is not a Dutch bias for me at all, the Netherlands versus Indonesia. I'm joined by Fui. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm fighting this cold off, but I ended up double stacking 2 green tea packets just to try and pull through. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Excited to see this match, but I'm a bit disappointed there's no warm-ups. You know, I was looking forward to the Netherlands warm-up.
It's been a couple of years. It's still a wound on my chest, like right in the middle of my chest and my heart. But we'll get through it. I do hope so. But yeah, if you want to donate any tea, then you should definitely send it to Fui as well. He's fighting that cold, but you'll be fine. All right.
I only want green tea. Specify that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh. A little peculiar on that choice. Well, green tea is pretty good too.
Okay.
But yeah, about choices. Who do you pick for this match? I believe it's going to be fairly obvious, right? But
yeah, it's Netherlands. Yeah, for sure. No. But in all seriousness, Indonesia placed, what was it on the seat? 9th?
yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't have Denamaru, which is interesting. So if they had Denamaru, and that is like the powerhouse player of the team, like pretty much holds everything together, you can do almost anything. I believe that they probably go at least top 5, top 4 seeds. So going into this match, seeing Netherlands, I mean, they still have the full squad and everything, but if you've seen the predictions, little more biased towards Indonesia here. I'll have to say.
Just a little.
Not to disappoint you, but yeah.
Right.
Not to really disappoint you, but yeah, I'm thinking Indonesia will probably take this home.
Oh, you've absolutely disappointed me. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like you know, maybe they'll get a point, but I don't want to say sweep.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Well, it could always be a sweep, considering just the sheer strength of Indonesia, as always. Placing 9th in qualifiers without your star player, technically speaking, that's a feat to brag about for sure. 24th place for the Netherlands in the seeding. It was barely made it to the low seed, which is good for our part, considering the fact that we haven't really been playing too much in the past years. So this CWC team is once more kind of feels like the remaining players type of team with people that have been playing every so often, but then there's, for example, Wesley, who really hasn't actually touched a computer in the past year, I'm pretty sure. So it's a full squad, and I hope that they strategize in some shape or form in order to maybe a couple of maps that, you know, Indonesia might be weak on. Which mod that would be, not entirely sure either, because I do believe that just in general Indonesia has a very solid all-round mod team as well. There's just a couple of players in that team who've played so many tournaments, so many years on the game, like in general. So, but maybe they just hyper-focus on a couple of maps in the Netherlands and they will pick those? Not entirely sure. Anyhow.
Yeah, one map and then they all distribute us in the practice something
Imagine just choking those after all. It seems that we've got our first pick in here. You will know our names. Yeah, Yakutsuma.
I find that most of these maps are triple X. Netherlands, I feel like one little slip and it can easily just be game. Especially with a map like this, it's not too hard, but like, just personally, it's not too difficult, but it is a little bit precise. You have to be on your toes with it, especially with the dashing. So, I'll be interested to see how that performs.
Yeah, I mean, the one advantage the Netherlands does have is the fact that the qualifiers stage is definitely harder in comparison to this stage when it comes to map pools. That's what I've been told at least, and because of that, well, Indonesia might not be able to flex their muscles just as much, and you always have this discussion about very good players playing very easy maps in comparison, and not being able to perform quite as well in those because they're just not used to playing that slowly in the sense, non-technically. So you always have that going for them. Then again, Indonesia is a way more active team, so they probably practice a lot more on that map too. I do reckon.
There's definitely a lot more practice that kind of goes into it. I think like the mentality aspect as well is definitely a lot stronger. And the other teams will kind of just say like, yeah, like we'll be fine on this, and then they don't really dump as much practice in, and then they make the little mistakes and end up really
Exactly. So there's always some chance for the Netherlands. We can't just write them off right now, but the chances are very slim. Slim margins against Indonesia for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you definitely are. And here we go. That's going to be your first map for the match, Indonesia versus Netherlands. Good luck to both of the teams, and do cheer for your favorite team in the Twitch chat if you do want to. 2 minutes of no mod incoming for you guys. Let's see what happens here. See if a couple of those nerfs will kick in, those early nerfs. There's a couple of weird sliders here, early jumps. So far, everybody's holding on very solidly.
No commentating here so far, eh?
Oh, absolutely not, but hey, have I ever really cursed somebody? I never meant it anyway.
Yeah. First one a combo. Everyone's max comboed up right now.
Exactly. In terms of accuracy,
backdrop though, yeah, from from Kevrel and as well as Kaneka.
Yeah, Kaneka had a couple more actually now, 99.50.
Wow, yeah.
So I mean that levels out pretty much. And that's your first drop for Woodpam on the end of the Netherlands. Yeah, let's see if your theory is true about one miss and go home. I do wonder if Indonesia is going to be able to hold on. There's 2 more misses there for the Netherlands too.
Wow, no, yeah, all missed. Wow, and Indonesia is still holding on fully. There's definitely nerves that play into this. I think especially on these rounds where... Oh wow, and as we speak, that Amaru drops. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it did level out considering that Woodpam dropped at the exact same time, but that's why we're making another miss there. It's not enough to level the score at all. As you can see, the red bar very much into the end of Indonesia right now, about a 140,000 score difference. So Chatty and Kevrel are now back at their 200 combo mark, which means they get full points for every food caught. It's already looking a little late for the Netherlands to make a comeback here.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of the map, and I think it is genuinely over. Yeah, there's no comeback here. Indonesia does take the first point.
There you go, as planned, technically speaking. It was their pick, however. Kind of surprising to see them pick no mod compared to what they could do on a couple of those mods. I do believe that they might be very strong on hidden compared to the Netherlands, but picking a safe pick here for now, it did work out, so it's no worries. Double S there for Madoka Ayukaba, so that's perfect. Another very high score there for Kaneka, only a couple of droplet misses at the very start of the map, so well-deserved first pick there for the Indonesian team. Netherlands now to pick.
This will be interesting. We'll see if they actually dumped a lot of time for one map and then triple C, or if they kind of just go for another plan.
So far, it's looking like they might just go for another plan. There's no instant pick whatsoever here. One way you can always recognize certain teams having practiced certain maps really well is when they just instantly pick their maps going into your game. Not the case here. maybe they're kind of testing the waters, considering that Indonesia picked a no-bot map at the very start of the match, which might be a little bit of a surprise for the Dutch team.
Yeah.
Will they respond by going into no-bot maps themselves as well? Yes or no? That's a big question. Very Bread wondering that as well. Oh, oh!
Hit one, okay. A little bit of consistency.
Oh, wowie. Well, that's a bit of a surprise for me. Netherlands picking Hidden as the very first map in the tournament, outside of qualifiers, of course. That's a first for me. As a Dutchie too. Yeah, we have never been keen on playing Hidden at all. This is AR9, so I mean, in that sense, it does make a little bit of sense considering that they do have Wesley in the team as well. He used to be a pretty good Hidden player. And Kevrel, also known for some of his quirky plays, Hidden as well. Might actually make more sense than I would initially have thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kevrel has been playing Hidden for quite a while now, and you did say Wesley was only a Hidden player, so I mean, maybe he could be getting some of that rust off and show up and win that at least 1 point for his team here.
Well, let's see him brush off the dust then. We have Ethan Pan, Madoka Ayokawa and Galaxy playing for Indonesia. A couple of players there which you might recognize from earlier years too. These players have been playing O2 for since the birth of the universe, technically speaking. So they're going to be great on this as well, I do reckon.
The birth of the era, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And here we are, going into that second map of this match. Indonesia leading 1-0 now. Netherlands pick here. A hidden pick. Uncharacteristic of the Netherlands, but they might surprise us. Let's have a look.
It's worth a go, you know?
Always. Always nice to see like various player styles on those types of left rights. You know, those left rights where you can technically just stand still.
Oh yeah.
Standing still, or just moving a little bit just to get into the flow of the rhythm.
Some people do actually end up like wiggling them with the rock though. Like, you know, usually it just seems much more consistent if you decide to just stand still because they are obvious standstills to me at least.
That's true, that's true. And so far it's working for everybody, whatever tactic they're using. No misses to be seen yet.
Key high part coming in here, a little bit of easier reading.
But a couple of harder streams here and there. You can always undershoot those or overshoot them a little bit, and that's unfortunate, but nobody's doing that so far. Triple SS on every player too.
But we are only a quarter of the way through, and so I think nerves could shatter at least a droplet here. Oh, and as soon as I say that, Wesley does drop a droplet here.
That's your first one, so that's going to technically give Indonesia a very slim lead.
But it is so slim, and there's still so much left of the map, so anything can happen here.
Yeah, I'm glued to my screen right now as we are moving into the 500 combo mark. Nerves are definitely going to be kicking in before that next KI. These kinds of parts where you build up the music always tend to be the worst for your nerves. Or at least in my case. I reckon that's the case for a couple of other players too.
I agree with that, but I think that one of the... Oh wow, and Wesley dropped. Oh wow. That is,
also EPAM has, so that's a trade.
Wow. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, exactly the same point too, so we're still in the game.
One of the good parts about this though is that there are no breaks in this map, so you don't see how the other team is actually performing. And that can actually like really ruin the mental if you get like halfway through and you see that they're like 200k above you.
Oh, absolutely. That's why some people just play with the interface off altogether in tournaments. Just don't really want to see what the other team is playing like. You just want to focus on yourself, and that's what everybody's doing right now. But Wesley. He's gonna get followed up by Kevrel too, so there's two misses for the Netherlands there, and now Indonesia has an opportunity. Yeah, to get ahead a little quick, a little bit. And I don't think there's going to be enough map left for the Netherlands to make a comeback here anymore, honestly speaking. They're going to require a bit of a miracle. At least 3 misses for Indonesia.
It's very unlikely to happen, and we're getting to like the last 50 combo there.
Yeah, exactly.
And there is no intense parts happening, so the only thing could really just be nerves, and that's about it. But they have it all under control. So it's this point, we'll probably go to position.
It's looking like it, absolutely. Yeah, Wesley just underperforming a bit compared to the other players. There are a couple of misses on his end. About 3 of them, if I counted them correctly. And Indonesia holding on very strongly there. Just a singular miss there for Ipan Pan, which is not enough for the Netherlands to do anything against the Indonesian score by any means. And there's your second point for Indonesia. Didn't work out, seemingly, the hidden pick, but considering the fact that Chadi did get an SS, yeah, exactly. Quite close, closer than anybody, I do me myself, would have anticipated.
I mean, Indonesia is one of the stronger teams. Like, for most of these maps, you will almost guarantee for them to have at least 2 SCs. Like, one this, like, done for the last 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. That has been the case with like a lot of the matches in the round of 32, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of FCs all around. It's kind of weird to drop the difficulty after qualifiers.
That's what I thought was true. I thought it would kind of scale up just a little bit more, because as you said earlier, like people like Netamaru, for example, are definitely like capped in terms of their skill, and it becomes more of like a consistency type of game instead of, okay, what is your real skill level? Not enough, muscle flexion, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. We've already in the past couple of years we've had the discussion about how weaker teams obviously performed relatively better in the group stages as well as the quarterfinal stages. Just due to the sheer fact that they're just more used to playing consistently on these easier maps. So I think teams like Malaysia or Japan, for example, always overperforming a little bit in group stage and becoming like exponentially worse in later stages. And that's just the way it goes in CWC. Hence why the Netherlands might have a chance on a couple of maps against Indonesia, but so far Indonesia is not really giving them an inch whatsoever.
Speaking of which, I do think this map right here can be a viable chance for Netherlands though, because it is more of like a consistency based nomad. Oh wow, actually it is not nomad 2, it is mixed mod 2. Apologies there. This one,
yeah.
I'm kind of wondering who would go in for Hard Rock here in Netherlands. Would be Woodpump?
Either Woodpump or Dutchman, I'm pretty sure. It just depends on who of the two is available. And then Chaddy would very likely go for Hidden. There's Woodpump, probably for no one.
And Woodpump, yeah.
Yeah, those 3 players are definitely the most consistent for the Netherlands, the players that have played the most in the last year. I wonder if Indonesia is going to do something similar, whether they're going to be picking their best players in general, or whether they're just going to continue with their current roster. So far, no swaps in the team. Ipan, Pan, Madoka, and Galaxy still all in the lobby. It might be annoying to go from a hidden pick to a hard rock pick, so it's recommendable in some sense to swap out at least one player for a mixed mod, so you can go from playing AR9 to AR10 on your own terms, practicing a little bit in solo. It seems they're not taking that advice though. They're gonna go into it like this. Hard rock, Dutchman on hard rock, hidden from Madoka and Chatty, so that's pretty predictable. And Galaxy and Woodpump are gonna be trying to boost up that score with a bit of no mod action. Indonesia's pick here. Third game here in this match. Let's see who takes it.
They did not swap out any of their players for Indonesia though, which I find a bit surprising. Maybe it's like more of a confidence thing, you think? Where like they just perform so well on that map, where they're just like, okay, we can kind of just keep going with this trio here. Because the mentality is probably a lot better now. Because didn't Netamaru miss on No Mod 3?
That's correct. Netamaru had a miss.
Yeah,
so maybe he's being swapped out. Yeah, just because maybe he didn't practice the map well enough. Maybe this is just too slow for him, really. Maybe Ipan Pan already was slotted in as the hard rock player in advance of this match. So, you know, despite the Netherlands picking hidden, he just opted to go for this map on hard rock anyway. So far it's working out very nicely for both teams though. No misses to be found yet. And that does seem to be the theme of the game so far. Every single time we like have everybody holding on to the combo till about the halfway point, and then we see a couple of drops.
Really shined.
Yeah, see if that's gonna happen again.
We are over halfway now. I also don't think there's any breaks in this one either, so no team actually knows how the other is performing.
One sport that might be experienced as an advantageous thing for people that get nervous very easily. Then again, if you're nervous very easily, you do have to watch out playing in a World Cup.
Oh yes, and there is actually an act drop from Wood Pump there, which will slowly slot it over to Indonesia here. Very slightly. Oh, but they are a little bit closer. The droplets is even. Oh, and spin. Okay.
Yeah, and Galaxy also had a bit of an accuracy drop there. So at least the accuracy is level now. But in terms of spinners, it seems that Indonesia is quite a lot better. And Woodpap!
Wood Pump
the Netherlands.
Oh no, right at the end too. That's
Right.
so tragic. Oh man.
That is very painful. If Indonesia were to miss like here, the Netherlands would have definitely taken that. So it's a one miss accident there.
That is very sad for the Netherlands there. Wow.
Oh, that's gonna be a bit of a painful ordeal there. Just a single miss on the entire, the entire group of people here. Everybody having an well, not an SS on Indonesia, just Galaxy with a single droplet miss there. Dutchman and Chari also holding onto that SS for the entirety of the map. Just Woodpap. Very important.
Woodpap left out there.
Yeah. Now we can just speculate whether they would have won on the spinners, but it's looking like the spinner did go the way for Indonesia.
Indonesia. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so maybe it wouldn't really have mattered anyway, but it definitely is a bit of a mental thing there for Woodpap, knowing that he was the only person missing on that map. That's definitely gonna
that's gonna
damage
hurt
your confidence a little bit.
That's definitely stands out in the crowd there.
And Dutchman also mentioning the fact that the 30 nerves are a bit rough, but he's done well so far. And again, it's looking like Netherlands could very well take a point if they continue playing like this. Indonesia could always just have a spontaneous drop as well towards the end of any map, really. Nobody's perfect in this game. So let's see if they're going to do that here on Nomad 1 Undersea Train.
This one's definitely more of a consistency Nomad. I think it's more about controlling your nerves compared to actually like skill-based. I forgot if there's a spinner in this one, but most of these maps do contain spinners. For like purposes like what we almost just seen for Mixed Mod 2, where they almost just 6-way FC'd.
Yeah. You might remember like a couple of years ago with that one game between, pretty sure it was Sweden and South Korea. A combination between Sweden and another team, and them having to replay a map 4 times in a row because everybody just had the exact same square every single time. Yeah, that was a thing. So when it comes to map picking, yeah, you might want to consider putting in a couple of spinners in the map as well. It's quite rough if you get that happen and then lose, especially. That's just ridiculous.
That match must have went on for so long. 4 times? Like, oh my.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened 4 times in a row. Eventually giving South Korea the point there due to like a single miss difference once more. It was quite ridiculous.
And we're getting started now. Switching it up a little bit, they replaced, I think it was, who was it there, Galaxy? Or,
yeah, that was Galaxy being
Galaxy
swapped out for Nanamaru, and Roasted Chicken coming in for Dutchman, and then Woodpamp also being swapped out for Pepperell. So, more team swaps there for the Netherlands.
You know, I could see Netherlands picking into Hard Rock. Like, Dutch would perform extremely well on Hard Rock there. And, I mean, I feel like the Mixbot 2 Hard Rock was harder than Hard Rock 1. And so, maybe they could pick in the Hard Rock 1. I mean, I think it's an option.
Perhaps, but then again, looking at the current roster of the Netherlands, and seeing how they perform the hidden, they might be more focused onto that. I'm not entirely sure whether Roasted Chicken is that great of a player in Hard Rock. Mostly a hidden player as far as I remember. And the same goes for Caporal, obviously. This is a really solid hidden roster. Then again, it's the first time of Roasted Chicken playing in a World Cup 2, so there might be a couple of tournament nerfs.
Oh yeah, first time.
We might see that crop up in this map. Sorry for the... Ooh, there you go. That's the first best from Madoka. You come actually in Indonesia, now trailing behind a little bit. Sorry that we got into the match so late, only like into the 300 combo part. Got a bit of a client issue there. Then again, we're not wasting your time at all, right? Yeah, Netherlands taking an early lead here. Madoka slowly building up back to the 200 combo mark, but it's looking pretty good for them.
We're halfway through now, so I don't know.
Well, we can't call what's going to happen exactly either quite yet. We do have to wait a little longer, but it's looking.
We are getting into the spinners.
Now the Netherlands does see that they're leading.
That might help a bit, but it could also make them nervous.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's a bit of a coin toss.
Right?
Did you see that happen over there? Another miss from Madoka for Indonesia.
Madoka, ooh.
Maybe he got nervous considering the fact that they were the only player to miss there.
Yeah,
exactly. Always damage your mental as well. So Netherlands now having even more of an advantage over Indonesia. They're going to have to miss
climbing
twice.
And climbing.
Absolutely, 60,000 points of difference now between these two teams. So yeah, Indonesia's going to have to wait for 2 misses to happen over on the Dutch side, and at the same time, they're going to have to hold that combination until the very end of the match too.
Very well done by Netherlands so far. Like, I'm very impressed by Roasted Chicken. You said this is his first match of the entire game so far, right?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
And he is already performing quite well. Handling himself pretty well for the most part. I mean, he's got a triple S going on. Oh wait, never mind. Capital dropped the droplet.
Just a single one. Yeah, it's not gonna dent the Dutch score right now, and they have survived through that part, which is very promising.
Dutch wall keeps building up, getting stronger and stronger.
And that might just be too tall of a wall to climb for Indonesia. It seems
that
they're not going to be able to get it.
I really think the Netherlands will actually get away with this point.
Very little map left, so Indonesia's going to have to bank on 3 misses for the Netherlands now, and they're not happening, so it seems like it's too late.
Beautiful. But a little bit unfortunate for Madoka there. Those 2 misses definitely probably hurt his mental so much.
Yeah, but then again,
seeing that you're kind of like
high-level gameplay. You're playing against 5 people who are playing perfectly, so you can't beat yourself down upon seeing that, right? I mean, this is just a perfect performance for the Netherlands. Full combo for every single player there, and they're gonna pick up that points real nicely. So hopefully Madoka's gonna be able to get over that as they move into the next pick.
They could easily swap a couple players out if needed. Both teams have their full 6 roster, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really checked myself. We could look at that real quick. I do believe. This is so very unfortunately sorted within the tournament.
Yes, they do. Yes, Netherlands has 6, and I think Indonesia has...
Yeah, they have 6 as well.
6 as well, yeah. So everyone actually showing up, which is very good for the teams.
Modern day miracle, really.
Yeah, true. Extremely true. I mean, everyone's busy. Everyone has different lives to follow. Sometimes you can't just make it to something like this, right? So it happens.
the meantime, the other match that we haven't really touched on in the last half hour, Germany versus Vietnam, is seemingly going really well for Germany so far. They're leading 4-0. We're streaming that on the different OSA Live channel. We have 2 channels streaming right now. So if you do want to hop into that same server, you just gotta type OSA Live _2. So really, if you're already on this stream, you could just put an underscore and a 2 behind the link you're currently watching this stream on, and you'll be taken to that stream too. Might be the final map of the match over there, so you might not want to miss it if you're a supporter of either of those 2 teams. And go support them if you want. It's looking like Germany's going to take that double time pick as well so far. So be quick.
Back to our match. We do have a Hard Rock 1 pick in the front window here. I mean, I thought that Netherlands would end up picking this, but Indonesia actually picked into Hard Rock. And so, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit of a optimist when it comes to Netherlands with Hard Rock here. But I do think if they really practice it, I think this could be a triple. Let's see. Maybe in a 6 right. Indonesia is a strong Hard Rock team as well. They're all-arounders.
I just wonder, it's got to depend a lot on Chatty too. Chatty was never too keen on playing Hard Rock, always being more of a double time and room player. So Hard Rock is something that he only got gotten used to in the last couple of months. So maybe it's still fresh in his memory. Maybe he can pick something here. Maybe he can try and do something cool. We'll have to wait and see. Then again, Indonesia has always been one of the strongest Hard Rock teams in CWC in general. They have put in Netsumar back into the team, them to play. Urabe, Mikoto, and Kroneka, so they swapped out the entire team for this map. So maybe those people have been practicing on the high AR picks in the meantime as the other players are playing the hidden and no-bot maps.
That could be a very viable strategy, yeah.
Oh, that helps out so much. If you have a viable team or like players that are about as strong as every other on your own team, it is so extremely handy to be able to swap out your entire team when you go to pick your own map. You can just rely on the other players being good enough on the pick of your opponent, and then you can be very fresh going into your own pick. Whereas on the side of the Netherlands, we do only see one swap of a player. Actually, no, apologies to both Dutchmen in this case, but Chatty then again has fallen twice in a row, yeah.
Yeah, it might be a little bit mentally exhausting. If he is nervous, of course. Like, I'm not really sure how confident these people are with their nerves on tournaments. But I do find, like, the more you play into the game, the less it, like, really damages your gameplay. Depending on like how the other team is performing too. But I don't think there's a break in this one either, so you know, they won't know how each person is individually performing.
The only people that do know is us.
Is us,
yeah.
We're the masters of their fate.
Watching the pendulum swing on them, and so far everybody has been performing perfectly. Really, yeah, double S with every single player so far.
I don't know if this is favorite towards. Is this favorite towards Indonesia?
I do assume that they might have won the spinner once before. I do believe that they have better spinner players, but we can't be entirely sure. There's too much flickering of the score just yet, and we only have a quarter of the map left, so something's gonna happen if we want to be sure of who's gonna win.
There's a lot of tap dashing to do here with precision for Hard Rock, I noticed. Oh, and as I say, that Dutchman does fall. The wall of the Dutch falls apart, sinks to the ground just a little bit more.
Just a little tad bit
Indonesia, more. Yeah. Indonesia marches forward.
Oh yeah, and they are doing it in style. Kroneka now missing two actually, but I don't think that's 2 and a couple left of the map, so...
I don't know.
I think it's a little too late.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, but wait, there's another misstep for Urabe Mikoto. That's gonna switch it back to the Netherlands right at the end. Oh, wow, that's only 6,000 points of the difference.
Unpredicted. Oh my god. What?
Oh my.
Are you kidding me?
Goodness. Oh, that was a very late switch.
What? That just broke my voice. Oh my god. That was insane.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's you
That's
came
incredible. That,
Oh, wow,
that voice changed, dude. I just aged 30 years.
Oh yeah, you gotta clench it all the way through. That's the thing. But
That's
we were
insane.
so getting
Oh my.
used to these people not making any mistakes whatsoever. We just didn't see this coming at all.
We almost called it there. We were like, yeah, it's over. Another point for Indo, and all of a sudden, Netherlands holds it together, and Indonesia does collapse. You get these little upsets like this.
Oh, that's gonna feel amazing for the Netherlands. Really, they're gonna go into their next pick
Confidence
now.
boost is definitely higher, yeah, for sure.
As we see this nice little animation, we're gonna have to wait and see what pick is gonna be. But might they continue on the hard rock streak, considering the fact that it just went into their favor? Maybe your analysis was right after all, Fui.
I don't know. I do think Chatty performed very well there, and you had a little bit of doubts on him, but didn't he FC? I'm pretty confident he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, see, like practice does make perfect.
Oh yeah, I'll swallow my words for sure. In the meantime, Germany won over Vietnam 5-0. Very clean win there for them. So we might get a couple of people into this stream coming from that stream. If so, then welcome. This match is very exciting so far. High level performance for both teams. And it's 3-2 with Dutch Netherlands pick now.
Yeah, so they picked mixed spot one. This is more of a consistency type of pick. Like, even I went in for hidden. I never play hidden. But my team was like, yeah, you know what, screw it, going for hidden, why not? And so I went in, and I mean, you can still FC pretty easily. It's more, as I said, about the nerves. This map is pretty straightforward, pretty vanilla as it is. So.
Yeah, the AR is 9.2, so that's a very comfortable AR for a lot of people. So putting hidden on top of that won't make too big of a difference. But
I do think we're going to see the same pick squad one. Oh yeah, actually Indonesia there. I do think Netherlands is going to stay with what they have. They're going to have Dutchman for Hard Rock, Chatty for hidden, no mod. See if Woodpump can redeem himself, because last mix spot he did have that tragic miss. Might be a little bit of tensions on the table there.
Perhaps, yeah. Just a single miss though, so hopefully he isn't feeling too bad. I do know he's a bit more of a nervous player compared to some of the others. But he did play perfectly throughout the hard rock pick. Almost getting high on score in the lobby too. So that must be a boost to his confidence. He might be settling into the match a little bit more. And just considering the fact that they just got a break point from Indonesia on their... It's an amazing feeling always, especially if you're the underdog of the game. So this is gonna feel good for the Netherlands, and I do believe that they make a very good chance of beating them once more, making it 3-3. We'll have to wait and see. Again, Indonesia being one of the best hard rock teams isn't really working in the favor of the Dutchies, but who knows?
No, you know, we might see another sudden upset, right? Like we expected Indonesia to just take home that Hard Rock 1, and all of a sudden, like just like that, like last 3 seconds changed like that. It's insane. So you could definitely see it on this map, with all players playing other individual mods. But I assume that each team put their strongest player on for each individual mod. But anyways.
Yeah, it seems you're right. EPAN plan actually not going for hard rock this time. This time Natsumaru's going to take over that task. Galaxy has always been a great hidden player. And for the Netherlands, the same story over there. Chatty is mostly comfortable with hidden. This man going for hard rock, Bootcamp going for no more. Let's see them play at the best now.
Wiggle there by Netamaru. Not see that coming.
Maybe he's just a little bit bored.
Yeah, maybe he's like, this pool is just too easy for me. I need to play around.
Well, you better wait, actually, Natsumaru, because your teammate just missed over there. Galaxy coming in with the first miss of the match. Netherlands again with an early advantage.
A little bit of a lead here.
Galaxy slowly working their way back up to the 200 combo mark, and they are there once more. But the difference in points still stands. Netherlands no misses so far.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I do think there is a break in this one, so, but it is like near the end. So if there are no misses from Netherlands and they see this lead climbing, they definitely probably have much more of a confidence boost going into the end.
That is true.
We'll see. No other misses though. This is, as I said, one of the more like vanilla consistency maps. More just about stay focused. Don't miss. Like,
yeah, he misses really option. Crucial, as you just saw Galaxy there with the only miss, and you can see right now that he's the sole reason that their point is behind, or that the team is behind. Will that work negatively on the
Netherlands there? Yeah, I'm not sure, because I mean this could make Netherlands nervous too. You said Woodpump is a nervous player, and they did have quite a bit of time to see and analyze the team scores. So. But if there are no sudden upsets, you know, I do think Netherlands might be bringing it back.
Might be that case, yeah. So far the movement is looking quite steady for all Dutch players, but the same can be said about Indonesia.
Very true.
Just they set the one lot for Galaxy so far. And I don't think there's enough notes left for Indonesia at this point.
Yeah. But we just have to see.
Oh, the Dutch just held on.
Wow. It is tied up now. Can you believe that?
Incredible. I can't really.
That? You were saying.
And I don't think anybody.
That is insane. Netherlands is tied up. This could go to tiebreaker. The mental
full
right now.
Combo for the entire Dutch side. Just that single miss. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
and all it took was that 7 Hard Rock 1 breakpoint.
Yeah, that's quite crazy, really. Oh, Galaxy must feel that. That's gonna be some heartburn for him.
The mental now, definitely, Indonesia's definitely getting more nervous now, seeing as they probably walked into this game a lot more confident than they are now with the position that they're in. Like, if you're tied up with Netherlands, you're gonna get nervous now because your mental is gonna be a lot lower. They just won their pick and they won that sudden breakpoint. Like, it is, I don't know. It'll be interesting now to see these last potential 3 or 4 maps.
For sure. And as we go further into the match, the picks that Indonesia is going to be picking will be less favorable than the earlier picks, because obviously you save your very best picks at the very start of the game. So you just go into the first map which you're most confident in as a team, and as it builds up, you're gradually going to lose that confidence in your own picks as well. They're up next as they're tied. Let's see what they're going to do.
I do think that there may be a DT pick coming here. I don't know if you noticed, but there has not been a single DT pick yet from either team. Maybe it's a little bit of a fear for both teams with their DT skills not being up to par, or so they think, or I'm not really sure. But I think this could be the time to pick DT. Especially just something from a map like this, right? Like with a bit of a lower AR.
Yeah, the one thing that's definitely going to work in their favor is the fact that the Indonesian team can swap more of their players without losing a lot of skill just on the side of double time. I do believe that if Netherlands were to play double time, they're going to have to play with the exact same roster once more. Exactly. Whereas Indonesia might not have to. But we are both incorrect here. Hidden 2.
Wow, hidden 2. This could be the play. You did mention earlier that it's a viable strategy to get these higher like AR maps. Like, for example, I know Woodpump or Dustman probably won't go in and play in on this, but I'm focusing more a little bit on Chatty here. He's going in, and 3 of the other Netherlands swapped. This map is, I think it was 8.8?
8.4, actually.
8.4 AR? Okay, wow, yeah.
So even slower.
For example, if you had a Hard Rock player from that mixed mod 1 coming in to play this, they will probably struggle a little bit more because you have to adapt to the AR on the spot like that, and especially on a map like this, you're not going to have such great chances. And you know, as I said, most of these maps are FC or go home, I don't know. It's just it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's a good hunch. I do believe that Charlie is definitely the one player who's disadvantaged most in this pick. But then again, he did play hidden on the mixed mod too, so it's not going to be more of a hidden issue. It's rather going to be an AR issue. Solely an AR issue, because we're really dropping down the AR to 8.4 now. That's like noticeably slower than 9 or 9.2 that we just saw. So my eyes will mostly be fixated on his play right now. An entire roster swap there for Indonesia, I'm pretty certain. 8.4, we're slowing down everyone.
But it does seem that Chatty is the core player of the Netherlands here. He's played almost every single pick. I don't know, the only concern I would have for Netherlands going into this is that, oh wow, and a miss coming in from Madoka already. First
well, what's your concern? Then finish it real quick, because Indonesia is going to be concerning themselves with that miss as well.
Wow, yeah. I was about to say, I thought Chatty might be a little exhausted to be playing so much back-to-back, but he's pulling so strong.
Oh, he's doing fabulously. So far, 1/3 inning, he's still holding on to the combo, and there's not a lot of notes in this map. You gotta remind yourself of that too. So a single miss has got to be a score difference of a lot of points immediately. Yeah, Kevrel and Wesley are both really good low AR players too. Kevrel especially, considering the fact that he's so much more active, but Wesley is pulling his way too. And another miss there from Madoka. You covered just before the break, and he's not happy about it as well.
He is not happy.
Oh, absolutely not. That's got to be so frustrating, especially. And Galaxy following that up too.
Can you believe that? Indonesia 3 drops now, and Netherlands is still holding strong. That is unbelievable. And we're getting to the last quarter.
It's Netherlands gonna just FC back-to-back right now. Korneko misses it over.
Oh wow!
Unbelievable. The Titans over at Indonesia falling to their knees on hidden by the Netherlands. Something that I don't believe anybody has expected going into this match. Oh, you better not die on me now, Fui. We're seeing one of the greatest matches of this group stage right now. We gotta stay alive for this one.
It's killing me. It's killing me.
Oh,
and another drop. Oh, it's the tilt. It's just unreal.
I think Madoka also just kind of died inside, but the Netherlands just didn't give a single inch there. Perfect scores across.
Can you believe this, Tartan? Can you believe this? We were just saying they were gonna get 1 point. Look what they're up. They're above Indonesia now.
On their own pick too. Netherlands gets to finish this up. They get to finish up the job here. It's their own pick now. That's got to be something that the Netherlands have not expected going into the match, right? Right?
They didn't even need a warm-up. They didn't even need their own warm-up. Can you believe that? No warm-up power, just going raw, and they're pulling through.
We've absolutely changed. So they have 2 minutes to pick their winning pick now. What will they do? What do they have left? We also have to consider that by now.
I do think DT may come into play here, but still, as I said, there has been no DT picks, and there's still 2 to be picked. I'm not sure what team banned DT, but I think if I had to guess, it would be Netherlands. Maybe. I didn't catch what ban was.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at that. But then again, I don't see the Dutchies just wanting to swap for DT right at the cusp of the match. And they've played better on hidden so far. That's just a straight fact. If there's any hidden left, they should just go for that. That seems a lot more logical.
Oh, for Nomad 2. Yeah, so they're going for the consistency pick here for Nomad 2, the Ascendance map. This one is definitely a consistency triple FC type of map. We may see a 6-way FC here, but I think that they may be trying to play on Indonesia's nerves here, if you think about it a little bit deeper. Indonesia has just lost 3 points in a row, and now they're going into a map where you cannot afford to miss whatsoever. Because this map is, as I said, pretty plain, so it's straightforward to the point, and 1 miss can cost everything, both teams.
correct. You're very right on that. And it was the Netherlands banning double time for this match, so going into double time wouldn't have made sense at all. And as you said, they won 3 times in a row. Momentum is on their side. They should be settling into the match a bit more now. Indonesia is feeling it. They're sweating over there, I do assume.
Both
Getting late for them too. Let's see it happen.
Both teams 100% are nervous here. Knowing if you're Netherlands and you're 1 point away from taking a win over a team like Indonesia, it's nerve-wracking. So you kind of have to hold yourself together, especially on a map like this.
Exactly. It's a team that we have faced before, but have never won against. Still talking as if I am in the team, but I'm just really proud to see them play it as well. A little bit of commentator bias here, but Indonesia is gonna have to prove themselves right now. And there's your first miss already for Rabi Mikoto. Once again, Indonesia initiating those misses.
Max combo on all the other 5 players. So there will be a little bit of a lead gain here, but we are going to get into a little bit of the harder part of the map now.
See it happen.
Here we go, a little bit of the jumpy part.
That is correct, but it's a fairly consistent map, as we mentioned earlier.
Nothing really.
Can you recall if there's any breaks?
There are no breaks in this map, no.
Yeah, okay, they're already halfway, so there's very little time to break on the right. Arabe again with a huge drop over there!
Believe that, oh my god. Massive drop there from Arabe. That is a mental collapse right there. That is,
yeah, those were like 5 notes too. You gotta consider that. If Netherlands misses twice, they're still gonna be in the lead. Those were multiple notes missed.
And we're getting to the last quarter of the map. This is it.
It's looking like the upset is gonna happen. Everybody.
Last 200,000 score.
Unbelievable. Netherlands, it's just seemingly I've seen this too.
There's not much going on anymore. It's really hard to come back for this. Ugh.
Especially if Netherlands just doesn't drop. I'd have got a FC 3 maps in a row.
Can you believe it?
Who would have thunk?
Can you believe it?
The Netherlands takes it against Indonesia. Oh my god.
Oh, we were just saying this team was going to get maybe 1 point. The underdogs of this entire match here end up pulling through. That
4 times in a row as well.
Unbelievable. That is, wow. I'm
being behind the score, 3-1, and then just deciding to just roll Indonesia. Something that I believe nobody expected. Considering the Twitch poll, only 1% voted for the Netherlands.
Indonesia.
And that's an upset, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly.
Wow. Is this the first upset?
It's not the first, but that's a very major upset indeed. Indonesia dropping to the losers bracket.
You should have seen 3.3% chance on the pick'ems.
Nobody would have expected
Netherlands would win. Nobody expected Netherlands to win.
Only those crazy people that wanted to get an edge on a couple of people on those pick'ems. Well, congratulations to those people. You did have a correct guess there. It's the Netherlands taking their round of 32.
Insane match. 3.3% chance on pick'ems, 1% chance on the stream, and yet they pull through like that. 5-3 Netherlands. What an amazing performance from both teams.
Yeah, I'm drifting in a cloud right now. Again, commentator bias here. Indonesia performing really well as well, but they just made a little too many mistakes for their own good. A team that is just better in later rounds in the tournament, and I'm sure that if the Netherlands were to face Indonesia in something like a semi-final, this would have definitely been a different story.
Way different, yeah. The tables would have turned 100%. I'm not even sure if Netherlands would have 1%, you know? Because, as we said earlier, like, people like Nenamaru are completely capped on mapples like this, and even though it might have not been the exact reason for why they lost, it is one of the reasons because they were, you know, skill limited in such a sense, right? There weren't enough hard maps in the pool. It was more of like a consistency type of pool.
Correct, so you gotta go back to the drawing board as you move into the round of 16, because now Netherlands is gonna have an easier time going towards the later rounds of the tournament. Indonesia can't afford to make these kinds of mistakes throughout the entire tournament from this point onward. And that's it. Netherlands 5-3 over Indonesia. It's going to take that match. Congratulations to them. And Indonesia, as I said, time to regroup, re-strategize, and see what you have to do for next week.
That is a very unfortunate match for Indonesia, especially like going into the next round, so like they're in the loser bracket. It's going to be a lot more pressure.
Absolutely.
This early on in the tournament, it's actually been heartbreaking, for sure.
Truly is one of those teams that have always played on the very upper echelons of CAS, and now this might be one of the worst results in the last couple of years for CWC, so this might be a wake-up call. We're going to have to wait and see. But for now, Netherlands can rejoice in their performance. Well played. And in 5 minutes from now, we will see if there's going to be another
Italy versus Spain.
upset. Yeah,
This
7
would be a
European
match.
countries battling it out. Italy versus Spain, 5 minutes. So yeah, Fui, we'll see you then. We're going to be staying here, right? You two of us?
Yeah.
Oh, it's feeling like a lovely date, and I hope that the rest of you will also be staying in the stream. So you have a couple of minutes to grab a snack, drink, whatever you want, walk outside. If you're Dutch, you can scream it off the roofs that we just won. And we'll see you in like a couple of minutes, alright?
For sure. I will be right back as well. Be right back.
We're muted, right?